afternoon, y'all, or good evening, wherever you are. Happy Sunday. Hope that everybody's doing well. Hope that everybody's doing swell and getting ready for the work week ahead. I just wanted to come through and give my 2 cents, y'all, about some of the things that I have been viewing and witnessing here up on the YouTube streets in the last 24 to 48 hours. What up, Bird Bird? Bird Bird, the other night, about a couple of weeks ago, you did a testing live, and I caught the very end, the replay. I gave you a like on that live, but I wasn't there whenever you actually did it. Child, we got to be more careful here up in these sectors with the merch. And don't get me wrong, hey Leo, don't get me wrong, y'all. I appreciate the merch that's going on. I appreciate the new support. I appreciate the new content creators. But we got to be more careful. I'm going to tell y'all what I found out because y'all last night, I think I was up on and off though, on and off. And I was trying to make sure that I gave support to everybody, but also I was trying to keep my ears on the streets to figure out what was all going on, so I was everywhere. So I'm going to tell y'all about everything that I saw and the videos that got deleted that y'all didn't see, but I saw with my own eyes. Scout's Honor. Hey, YouTube cameras. Hey, Hershey Kisses. Hey, Sandra K. Hey, everybody. Scout's Earner, y'all. Scout's Earner. Well, I say earner, like I'm from New Orleans. I lived in New Orleans, but I'm not from New Orleans. But either way, hey, Kimberly Black and everybody. Y'all, so let me get on into it. So first off, let me start by giving my commentary on the rap competition. Y'all, I think it was trash. But I think that was instant karma for stealing somebody else's idea and trying to make it your own. Now, if Ness would have did that rap competition just regular, let the people come and rap and battle in the 3 rounds, not really tell them what they need to talk about, then that might would have went smoothly. But because Brianna had such a success with her Iron Chef challenge thing that they did with the elimination round, she tried to steal that from Brianna and do her own elimination round. And y'all, it fell flat. Hey, Sassy Francis. Hey, T Lounge. It fell flat. Y'all, the fact is, I'm happy, even though I don't think Purple Peach was one of the best, I'm happy that she placed simply because I think it was unfair that the people who initially decided to do this challenge when it was first announced, they all prepared everything based on the rules. What's the point of coming up with rules, getting somebody to make a flyer, putting that flyer out there, having people hit you up for the rules and the guidelines, only for the night of, when you realize that the support that you thought you had, you really didn't have. And then now you making the people who agreed to be a part of this competition to have to face off with all of these new people. That's called the failure. That was a flop ass competition. That was a failure, and honestly, it was trash. 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 Because there is no way that the main people who started off, like Kilolo and Purple Peach, they followed the rules and the assignments. But then once it was just them, hell, you should have just split the money up with them too. But no, you ain't want to do that. You want to have a competition. So then you bent the rules to let random people join the competition to make the competition stiff. But then at the same token, these people came and they were able to bring raps that had nothing to do with the categories, nothing to do with the themes, nothing to do with what was said up on the flyer. So I have to say, Big Reed was the best one in my opinion because he was freestyling. He was the best. However, Big Reed. Well, no, I would say the Big Reed got maybe one or two categories correctly. But I will say the Purple Peach and Key Lolo, they wrote all of their stuff down, but they still came to support. And it just goes to show, Ness, you need to calm your ego down. What's good, daughter here, and Mike Lewis, Daniel, and everybody? Calm your ego down because you had this huge ass ego and shit like this about your competition, girl, and you got left hanging. Beef sector left you there, having to change everything. Hey, Hills, having to change up everything. But so either way, I will say that I was very impressed with Purple Peach's this song to Brooke. But I was also impressed with Brooke the last two rounds because Brooke did pretty good. Her first round, well, no, not the last two. Was it the last two rounds? Yeah, I think it was. No, it was the second round. I know her first round was okay, but the second round was much better. But either way, they all actually followed everything that was said. Hey, Miami Popo and Big Man TV. Hey to everybody. What I do want to bring to y'all's attention, though, outside of the trash that Ness tried to steal, see, this is the reason why you have to be original and come up with your own original content and your own original competitions and stop trying to steal from Brianna or anybody else. Because you thought you was going to steal that and turn it into a rap battle, and it was just all over the place, a whole fiasco. Nobody would take that seriously. But because you knew that people had entrusted you with money, you had to go ahead and do whatever you could do. You had to try to make a lemonade with all them lemons. It's what you had to do. And speaking of lemon, well, first I'm going to let lemon be for right now because I want to go in order. So after the rap competition ended, I was definitely not impressed. I did like some of the rappers. I think that the puppet did. His name was Big Scoop. He did pretty well. But it was just all over the place. No concise rules, no concise thing. Some people have to freestyle. Some people could have theirs written down. If you have it written down and you weren't freestyling, you getting disqualified, or you can't win. But then other people had theirs written down, but then they could win, and it was just a lot. But either way, a B sector person won. So despite me having differences with Purple Peach in the past, hey Trish, even despite me having differences with Purple Peach in the past, I'm happy that she won because her original song, her original round one was pretty good. So after that fiasco, Pizaro was over there live with Yusuf. So I went over there to take a look at what was going on over there with Pizaro now. And I have an affinity for Yusuf. I really do. I like his passion. That man. And I think the reason why I like him is because he is a gay black man, but he is so passionate about the black community. It's very rare that you go over there to Yusuf and you hear Yusuf talking about gay issues. His channel stay talking about black issues and race issues and stuff like that. And I like that. It sets him apart. Because a lot of the times gay people, they have a hard time identifying themselves as black first versus gay first. And I think that Yusuf always makes himself be black first. He leads with his blackness. And with him leading with his blackness, y'all, I stayed over there and listened to him and Pizarro just to listen to what Yusuf had to say. Yusuf started doing his thing with bringing up hot topics that was going on currently in the world. And, I was just listening to all that. While I was listening, though, y'all, I was dozing off in and out of sleep. Not really sleep, but, just listening, a light sleep. And while I was sleeping, y'all, I heard Ness on Pizaro's platform. And, y'all, I immediately rose up out of my slumber. And I'm like, what the fuck this bitch doing over here? Because she always said she would never come back. She would never come back to Pizaro's. Hey, Deborah Mayo and Get a Life and everybody. And so, Yeah, that contest was too long, daughter. Here, I have to say that too. No regard or respect for the judge's time. Like, she was just ready to just do one thing after the next after the next. And y'all, one thing that I didn't appreciate about the contest as well was that, look, okay, if you're gonna let random people just stumble up in the competition, at least put a time limit on it. The bitch went about 3 hours just letting random people show up. No, that's not fair to the people who had already agreed. If you gonna if the competition was supposed to start at 8:30, and by 8:30 you only had two people, then even if you want to let random people stumble in, you should have said, okay, you could stumble in between the hours of 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 9:15. But if you're not here by 9:15, then I'm just going with the people that we got, and you came late. No, she sat there and let people just stumble in all over the woodworks. People just coming in. Me, hell, Love the Love got up there talking about creamy pussy and how she want to lick it, but then she swear she ain't gay. Please. She wanted to do all of that and let all these people just keep coming, and she was just letting people come, not respecting the time of the others. So I definitely didn't appreciate that. But then also, yeah, if you already had a pot of like 800 and something dollars, then why you can't split that with between the two winners and still set aside $100 to give to the judges? But instead, you expected the audience to come out of pocket once again to give you an additional $100 or something for the judges. No, you just gotta split the money wisely. You know how to do it. You know what you're supposed to do. Hell, for that Halloween competition that you botched, you gave the winners their money, but then you was able to give the judges something, or at least I thought you were. The fact is, nobody have to pay all of your stuff, and I'm happy when the people shaded the fuck out of you and you said press one if they wanted to donate something, and everybody pressed two. I was proud of them for that. But anyway, so I listened to Pizarro and them. Ness had showed up there, and I guess they was doing a tag your it type of thing at her slumber party, and she showed up on Pizarro's. And just me and J.Dunn fashion. I'm just no, she ain't pay no judges nothing. She depended on the audience to cash out them. So she held them there for about 5 hours in a disorganized, dysfunctional mess of a competition, and didn't even pay them a dime. No, people had to cash out them. If the chat didn't cash out them, then the judges didn't get anything, y'all. She didn't have any money set aside for them. Now I will say that Lady Law said that she had got some money, but Lady Law got that money because people cashed out it to her, not because she was paid for her time. But that's just how you know that people they get begging out of control, and then they start taking people's time and kindness for weakness. Cause even Talent, after that whole shit show that Ness had, Talent said he ain't gonna be a judge no more. Y'all remember when Ness had the Halloween competition and Jay Wilson said that he would never be a judge again after that because it was so dysfunctional? Well, Talent said the same thing last night. Hey Shelby, good to see you. Hey Hypnotic Touch and Diving and everybody. But so yeah, Talent said he not gonna do judging no more. And he probably has been turned off from judging because of how that went. But anyway, so Ness had jumped up on Pizarro's trying to derail Yusuf and Pizarro doing the commentary about current events. And thank the Lord I had woke up and I'm like, oh, this what she gonna do. So I clicked that link and I told her about how trash her competition was. She didn't like that I was up there. Well, yes, I'm up here, and she ended up running away, which is great. So once she ran away, I listened to Pizarro and Yusuf for a little bit longer. And then I saw Coolin was over there. So I said, let me go over here and listen to Coolin. Let's see what's going on. Y'all, I already knew that Coolin was drunk because she was drunk earlier yesterday whenever we were all over there on Lemons. And she was still drunk last night. She was over there drunk with her people over there, the Mo 3 sector or whoever she claimed, whatever sex she claimed. She was over there drunk and talking with them. So I was going back and forth between Coolin and Pizarro's live for the longest, and then when I went back to Pizarro's was gone. Like she had already ended the live, her and Yusuf were done. So once I realized that Pizaro and Yusuf were done, I listened to Coolin a little bit and I said, well, let me see who else. And I said, oh yeah, Ness got this pajama party over here. Let me go over here and see what the hell going on over here with that. So I went over there, clicked up in the pajama party, and y'all, all I saw was a whole argument going on up on the platform. I did not notice Duke Pharaoh being up there because once I clicked in, I was just looking at the chat and I saw the chat was saying that Heidi ruined the pajama party. That's all I saw. People up in the chat saying Heidi ruined it. Heidi ruined the pajama party. So I'm like, the fuck? How Heidi ruined it? What the hell she did? Hey, Sade, comment straight out of storyline. Everybody, say how the fuck she ruined this. So y'all, I went on ahead and red balled till when Heidi got up there, and I realized that it was a whole kerfuffle between Heidi and Lemon. And I listened a little bit more, and when I saw that people was telling Ness in the comments that Heidi had ruined it, I said, now this is probably gonna be one of them lives that Ness gone private. If Heidi ruined it, then 9 times out of 10 that mean that they got up here arguing and acting an ass, even though they said that they wasn't going to be drunk and do this type of shit towards each other. So what I ended up doing, I said, well, let me go ahead and try to screen record what I can to see what the hell happened. So I started screen recording, y'all. But the whole while I was screen recording, the chat was still going in real time. And long story short, I think I might have got like 10 minutes in, and then I saw the chat typing about how Duke had P-bombed. Duke Pharaoh had P-bombed over there. And I'm like, Duke Pharaoh P-bombed? So I'm just trying to hope that I can at least get as much of the argument as I can before Ness put down the video. Because I knew she was going to put it down if a P-bomb happened. And sure enough, before I could even get the entire argument between... Well, I got the entire argument between Heidi and Lemon. But then I think Ness chimed in and they kind of went back and forth, and then Heidi went back against Lemon. But before I could get all of that, Ness took the video down. And so that's the video that you've seen around the streets. So now, once that was done, after that P-bomb happened, y'all, I don't know if y'all are aware because y'all were probably sleeping. After that P-bomb happened, Ness went live on her main channel pissed off about Duke Pharaoh. And she titled that live something about Mo 3 Sector Duke Pharaoh, something about Duke Pharaoh and the Mo 3 Sector to come get him. But she was pissed off that he had P-bombed her. So when that live started, it was her and Heidi up there trying to drag Duke Pharaoh, but Heidi was still trying to drag Lemon. Ness was congratulating him for... congratulating Heidi for doing her big one on Lemon, and they was kind of like patting each other on the back and things like that. So I was just observing. I'm like, well, is Lemon gonna come back over here? But Lemon didn't. He didn't come. Then I was like, well, let me look to see if Duke Pharaoh gonna show up. Duke didn't show up either. So Ness and Heidi was kind of just, carrying the show amongst each other. I dropped down up in the chat. Because Ness, y'all, at about 3 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time, Ness was on that live talking about she was hungry. She said that she was drunk and she wanted to eat some food in order to kind of sober up. But the craziest thing is, y'all, she actually said it out loud on the live that she wanted to go ahead and drive somewhere instead of doing a DoorDash. So when I dropped down in Ness's live, I simply typed and I said, driving under the influence? Because if you on this live talking about how drunk you got and now you want to eat something to kind of soak up this liquor that's up in your system, but you talking about you about to get out at nighttime trying to drive somewhere to go get some food at this time of night? And at that point, Ness was like, Heidi, J.Dunn is talking shit. Get her, drag her. Heidi, and I think Ness thought that Heidi was about to drag me until Heidi said, well, what did she say? I'm not even looking at the chat. And Ness was like, well, she said something about me driving under the influence. And Heidi was like, well, Ness, if you do go out, you would be driving under the influence. So Heidi didn't drag me. So then Ness and Heidi continued to talk, about that slumber party and how they was mad about Duke Pharaoh doing the porn bomb. Then by this point, y'all, Heidi started dragging, and she happened to say something about a pregnant stud. What's good, Duke Pharaoh? She said something about a pregnant stud and about how the stud had um blisters and bumps on her lips, on her face. Was talking about how she was ugly. She had bumps and blisters on her face, a pregnant stud. I guess Ness got happy because Ness thought that Heidi was finally dragging me, y'all. But nope, Heidi wasn't talking about me. Y'all, guess who Heidi was talking about? Type in the chat if y'all know who Heidi was talking about when she talked about the pregnant stud with blisters up on her lips. Y'all, guess. This is where it's about to get good, y'all. This is where it's about to get good. Hey, D-Cop. Hey, L Blue. Bird, yes, y'all. So Heidi was up in the mood to drag, let's be honest, on that live. Well, Ness was banking on Heidi to drag me because I dropped down up in the chat to tell Ness not to drive under the influence. Heidi started dragging, let's be honest. And Heidi was getting in good with her drag. Talking about how, let's be honest, ain't really a stud because she got pregnant. She done had a baby before. She got blisters up on her like she got herpes bumps. All types of things like that, allegedly. December baby, wasn't you over there up in the cold dude live talking about how I think I'm smarter than most people? Girl, I ain't got time for two-faced people. Just let me know. I'm letting you know that I saw you over there talking shit. I don't got time with the two-faced. I don't. So I want you to know I saw you over there talking shit. You can't tell this motherfucker who I think I'm smarter than. Have I ever said anything about you, whether or not I'm smarter than you? How you gonna sit up and up in this motherfucking man's chat and try to tell him I think I'm smarter than anybody because I know how I filed my motherfucking taxes? On what planet and how? Sometimes it's best that you just shut the fuck up and enjoy the commentary because, bitch, you can't tell me who I'm smarter than. I just don't want you to think that I ain't see you because I saw you. So anyway, Heidi was dragging, let's be honest. And Ness tried to stop Heidi. Ness was like, no, Heidi, don't talk about her. Why are you doing that? She never did anything to you. She never said anything about you. That's uncalled for. That's unwarranted. Heidi got pissed the fuck off. Heidi said, how you going to tell me who I could drag? Because whenever you come up here, when you drag people, I don't tell you who you could drag. Ness was like, well, I just don't want you to drag her. Heidi was like, well, you always trying to tell me who I can drag. Stop trying to control me because I don't try to do you that way. I don't do you like that, Ness, is what Heidi said. Ness was like, well, I'm just saying I don't want you to. And Heidi said, you got to stop doing it. So by that point, y'all, they started going back and forth. Now I have to give it to Ness. She was trying to be lovey-dovey and trying to diffuse the situation, but I think Heidi had enough because I believe Heidi felt like she was being censored when she was trying to drag Lemon. Like, I think she felt like she wanted to drag Lemon about a few things before, and Ness stopped her from doing it, and she felt like now that she ready to drag, let's be honest, Ness stopped her. Then Ness said, well, I don't even know why you would want to do it because she never did anything to you. That's what took Heidi over the edge. That's what took Heidi over the edge. The fact that Ness said, let's be honest, never did or said anything bad towards Heidi. And Heidi was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Ness? Are you kidding me? And you saying that this dumbass bitch ain't did nothing to me? Ness was like, well, no, she didn't do anything. Heidi was like, yes, she did. Yes, she did. Get the fuck out of here. If I'm obsessed, you obsessed with me for being up in here watching my obsessed ass. How about that? Bye, bitch. So anyway, once that whole situation came out about I didn't see it with my own eyes, but according to what Heidi said in that deleted live last night, Heidi is saying, and I guess it's maybe it was on. She might have privated it. I don't know if she privated or deleted, y'all. I don't know. But Heidi said that Let's Be Honest drug her before. And Heidi said that initially when she found out that Let's Be Honest drug her, that she told Ness about it. So once she told Ness that she had been drugged by Let's Be Honest, I guess Ness understood it privately. So Heidi couldn't understand why, if I let you know that I don't like this girl privately because she said something crazy about me, but now I'm trying to address her publicly now that I'm up here on the platform and you trying to stop me from talking about her. Heidi found problem to that. So they ended up arguing like some cats and dogs, y'all. It ended up getting elevated like it always do. It was all types of you stupid and you idiot and you dummy and you stupid bitch and all this kind of stuff coming up. What's good, Yusuf? I talked about you earlier. And so it was all of that abusive talk, you know, that abusive language that they love to do. And Heidi was kind of getting pissed off. They cussed each other out and everything. But long story short, it started getting out of hand because Heidi felt silenced, and that's just it. Heidi Heidi started um harping on the fact about Let's Be Honest, and Ness was just hell bent on trying to not let it be known that Heidi don't like Let's Be Honest and what Heidi said. And so Ness said that she was gonna private the live. Ness was scared that I was going to be recording that live, y'all. But at that particular point, I was snuggled back in bed, ready to go to sleep. So I didn't feel like screen recording anything. But this did actually happen, and I witnessed it. So once the live ended, I mean, they yelled some slurs at each other, and it got out of hand. And Ness said she was gonna go and click links. First she said that her and Heidi was gonna click links together. But then once she got pissed off with Heidi, she said she gonna be going to the Mo 3 sector clicking links by herself, and she didn't invite Heidi to come click the links no more. Heidi got pissed off because Heidi was like, you said that we both gonna go click the links. Now you wanna go link clicking without me. Which I think was the most ridiculous ass bullshit, because it's like, what? What? That's some control of ass shit. Y'all gotta click links together. What is that, like a date? Did you feel that you didn't get to go out on your date because y'all's date was supposed to go and click links together? Like, it was just some weird ass shit. But the kicker was when Ness said that she was angry. Her food finally came in, y'all. She had got a burnt steak and she was eating the damn steak and all this kind of stuff, and she started cussing Heidi out, and she said that after she finished eating her steak, she was gonna take her fat funky ass to bed and that she wasn't gonna call Heidi. So Heidi got pissed off. Like, I know you not about to end this motherfucking live after you done ate that motherfucking steak, that dead flesh. You need to stop eating dead flesh and be a motherfucking vegetarian like me and start eating a salad and some motherfucking plants and shit. And I know that you not about to get up off this motherfucking live and you said that you gonna eat that motherfucking dead flesh steak and you ain't gonna call my bitch ass. And so when when Heidi said you about to eat that dead ass steak and I call my bitch ass, then by that point Heidi was ready to get Heidi was ready to stay up on the live, but Ness was ready to end the live. Ness disregarded Heidi's feelings and end that motherfucking live to eat her motherfucking steak at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. She set her rump up there and ate the motherfucking steak and cut Heidi off the live completely. And I guess Heidi had to go to bed, probably crying, waiting on her phone to ring. But y'all, that phone call never did come. Because the phone call never came, because after that live ended, I went on over there to YouTube cameras. Because she was over there shooting the shit with Duke Pharaoh. And that's why I'm happy he done showed his ass up in here. Because I left from over there seeing them argue about Ness about to eat the motherfucking steak and go to bed and not about to call Heidi's ass. So then I went over there to YouTube cameras and Duke Pharaoh was up there up on the link. And so I'm like, well, let me go ahead and click this link over here and see what in the hell Duke Pharaoh did with this porn bomb mess. And so I clicked that link and I was having my discussion with Duke up there with YouTube cameras and everything. Y'all, by that point, Ness showed up out the blue and clicked YouTube camera's link and started trying to drag me and Duke Pharaoh, and she was cussing and she was mad because she couldn't be heard. So then she went and got that megaphone microphone that she typically like to use, y'all. And all I could think of is that bitch had to ate that motherfucking greasy ass burnt ass steak at 4 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time, and now she gonna show up over here trying to cuss me and Duke Pharaoh out because she finally got some food on her damn stomach. I said, how the fuck you was up in your live telling Heedy you was gonna eat that steak and go to bed, but now you over here trying to argue with me and Duke? Why the fuck you lied to Heedy? Talk about you was gonna be too full and you need to go to bed. And you was not gonna be able to call her after you finish eating, but instead of you calling her after you finish eating, then you over here trying to argue with me and Duke Pharaoh. So y'all, this is what I say. Got to be more careful. I'm happy that Duke is up in here. Because y'all, we have to be more careful about these other sectors. And that's why I'm happy that Duke is here, because people in the beef sector are trying to vilify Duke Pharaoh currently. I don't know this man from a can of paint. I only know of him whenever I've seen him on other links and platforms and things like that. But because I did have the opportunity to talk to him on YouTube cameras in the wee hours this morning, I'm going to tell y'all what I believe that I heard from the situation. Hey, Beats by then. I'm going to tell y'all what I heard from the situation. So Duke Pharaoh explained exactly why he did the P-bomb over there at Ness's slumber party. He gave a valid explanation, and it wasn't just that he was pissed off. Now, y'all, I don't know how true it is, and that's why I say we got to be more careful as the beef sector, and I mean it for real, because when we start dealing with these other sectors, especially the Mo3 sector is dealing around a whole damn homicide investigation and shit like that. So you just never know who is a part of what, who knows what, who gets pissed off with what when you start dealing with these people, and I'm just being honest. Just being honest based on what I gathered listening to Duke and having a conversation with him. And what it seems like happened is that Duke felt set up. And Duke, you could correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, y'all, but this is the reason why with the Mo3, we have to be careful with them, because we don't know what angle they coming from, or how close they were to that investigation, how close they were into that real life homicide. So we don't always know exactly how deep some of these things are with them at all. We don't know. And so what Duke was saying was that he was initially invited to be a part of the onesie slumber party by Ness 2 weeks ago. He said when he got his invitation for the onesie slumber party, he got, I think his like niece or his little cousin, somebody had got him the onesie, a Stitch onesie. And for him to participate, he took this Stitch onesie that his niece, it was his niece or his little cousin, some little kid, likes Stitch stuff, and gave Stitch to him. And so he got the Stitch onesie for this slumber party. Now, Duke Pharaoh said that he showed up at the onesie slumber party with his Stitch, his Stitch thing on, the onesie. And he said when he got there, he realized that it was only him and Ness that had on onesies. He said other people were there without onesies. Then he also said that there was somebody from the Mo3 sector that he has bad blood with. And y'all, this is bad blood, I guess, outside of this YouTube application. It's not just YouTube. Oh, Duke Pharaoh said that's not correct about the cousin. I'm the one that likes Stitch. Well, Duke, you showed a picture of a Stitch and you said that somebody young up in your family had made it. I saw the picture, the little collage. So no, I ain't wrong. I might be wrong about who got the outfit, but you showed a collage that somebody had made for you with Stitch. And it was a young person. You said it. You said it. Look, I'm not here to lie on you. I'm just giving my account. Okay, you said the stepdaughter. Okay. I know you said a young person up in your life did some Stitch stuff for you. So maybe I mixed up the collage with the outfit. But anyway, so what he was basically saying over at YouTube cameras was that once he got there and realized it was only him and Ness in the onesies, and then he realized it was somebody from the Mo3 sector that was there that I guess he might have bad blood with, he felt like he had been set up by Ness. Because he showed up to have fun at this slumber party that he was invited to 2 weeks ago. And when he showed up, one of his rivals or somebody that he know was already in attendance at the party. He felt like Ness had set him up. Because once he came to the party, the person kept addressing him all willy nilly, even though they had bad blood. He also said that that person that was in attendance to the party might have been accused, allegedly, of having something to do with Mo 3 something. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Because I don't know. And I ain't trying to accuse nobody. This is just what he said on YouTube Camera's platform. Something about this homicide and this person might have something to do with it, allegedly. And that's the reason why he had an issue with the person being at the slumber party whenever he showed up to support Ness. And that's also why he was saying that he felt set up to a certain degree, because he showed up thinking one thing and it was another. So he said that when the person kept addressing him up on the platform, he left off the platform and went to do something else. And he said that he came back on the platform and was still being addressed. And by that point, he was trying to tell Ness to stop letting the person address him. He didn't come to deal with that person or to be addressed by that person. He was asking Ness to calm that person down. Don't have that person addressing him. Ness then began to make a mockery out of Duke and start trying to drag and roast Duke. So once Ness started trying to drag and roast Duke, Duke wasn't having that, because then Duke was having to deal with the dude on the platform plus Ness. And Duke said that he retaliated in a sense to say, eat my dick. That's what he told me in YouTube Cameras. He said that gesture that he did was him saying, eat my dick, to Ness and the people on the platform. That's what he said. So, again, I say gots to be more careful, because sometimes, y'all, these people be having much deeper issues with each other than what we know. Over here in the beef sector, y'all, most of the issues that we have, yeah, it's some deep shit over here, but not like that. At least I know ain't nobody done ever been murdered over here in the beef sector. So our issues, yeah, we got deep issues, but it ain't that deep. But over there, it done been murders and stuff, and people getting accused and all that kind of stuff over there. So that's why I believe that Duke did what he did. But he said that he wanted them to know to eat his dick. Plus, at that particular point, I think Heidi was also up there trying to put her word in. She was trying to argue with Lemon, trying to overtalk Duke Pharaoh. Duke Pharaoh wanted Ness and Heidi to eat his dick. And he also told me and YouTube Cameras that he actually had a virtual threesome with Ness and Heidi when he showed his dick. He said him showing his dick at the slumber party in his Stitch costume was his idea of a virtual threesome with Ness and Heidi. Plus, he wanted to show a level of disrespect to Heidi in front of Ness. Or show a level of disrespect of Ness in front of Heidi. So either way, that's what he said over there. By that point, he was trying to explain himself up on YouTube Cameras. Oh, and let me see. So, let me see what he said. The nigga came over there because I just showed up at the end of the rap contest and she re-invited me. He was sitting at the rap panel and he knew he could go to the PJ party and piss me off, and I tried to ignore that clown. He just keep going. Okay, so that's what he was saying. So you could see Duke Pharaoh up in the chat. He's saying his own point of view. So by that point, after Duke Pharaoh had explained that to me in YouTube Cameras, then Ness clicked the link and started going off on me and going off on Duke Pharaoh. She kept telling YouTube Cameras that she was going to mute and let us have a chance to speak. But each time we even started one sentence, whether Duke started a sentence to speak or I did, she just came off mute and overtalked us. And after about 10-15 minutes, I kind of got tired of that, because I had not gotten my chance to speak because Ness was just trying to overtalk because she was so mad about the fact that she lost her slumber party. Which, y'all, I'm gonna tell you, the slumber party was even trash as well. I had clicked over there. It was after Pizzaro's. I clicked over there once, and they was over there just sharing screen, listening to music. They was just listening to music, and it's like, what? They sitting there on camera in like lingerie or sleeping clothes, just listening to music. I didn't really see any dancing. I didn't see any conversation going. It was just people just sitting there on camera listening to music with Ness. It was the weirdest, most lamest thing I've ever seen a day in my life. So, for that reason, I think that that was a silly ass party anyway. So, even if the video had to be deleted, I don't see why that should be an issue. Just, that's what he said up on YouTube cameras. That's what he said on YouTube cameras. So yeah, Ness had to get rid of that live. But yeah, so she wouldn't let us talk up on YouTube cameras. And I got fed up after a while, and I just went on ahead and dropped down and went to bed. So once I dropped down and I went on the bed, when I woke up this morning, Duke was still over there with YouTube cameras. They had been over there while I had slept and I woke up and everything. And you know, everything seemed to be pretty peaceful and cordial. I had clicked the link and got back up there and spoke to them a little bit more. And that was the end of that. But I just wanted to come here and let the beef sector know that there was a continuation after the pajama party. Please like my video. Like my video, thank you. Because I know it's a lot of y'all that's up in here listening to me. Hey, Muslim. I know it's a lot of people that's up in here that's listening to me, but please go ahead and give the video a like because I'm giving you a recap. I'm giving you a recap of what you missed while you were in your slumber. And also, I'm also letting you know that, yeah, it was like more stuff that happened after the fact. And it's like, why did they, this is my thing, because I even said up in this live when she was saying that she was going to delete that live. And I mean, delete the live that was on her main channel. I was like, why are you going to delete this live? Are you trying to delete this live so that Let's Be Honest won't know that Heidi was over here dragging her? Because I said, Heidi is dragging Let's Be Honest. You saying Heidi don't have no reason to drag her. Heidi said that she do have a reason to drag, and you know exactly why she dragging her. But now you want to delete the video, take it off of there so that Let's Be Honest can't hear Heidi dragging her, and so that people can't see that y'all fought and argued once again. And then Heidi took offense because Heidi is like, why in the hell you trying to protect Let's Be Honest? Heidi was thinking like, well, if I want to come up on here and drag this damn bitch, why in the hell I can't drag her about what I think about her without you coming to her defense? And then Heidi was like, well, you don't take anybody's side over me. Don't take nobody's side over me, all this kind of stuff. It was just a whole power struggle and dynamic with a lot of abuse and cussing and things like that. The most cruel thing or strangest thing that I heard over there, though, before everything was said and done, was at the end once that argument was escalating. And Ness said, I love you, you stupid idiot. That's what she said. Heidi was still trying to argue and fight. It was almost like Heidi wasn't even fazed by that I love you. But if somebody gonna say I love you but then follow it up with you stupid idiot, I mean, what you supposed to do? Like, are you supposed to I love you, you stupid idiot. What? Am I supposed to feel wine and dined? Am I supposed to feel special? Am I supposed to feel like you sent me a dozen roses after you said I'm a stupid idiot? Y'all, it was the most bizarre situation going on over there. And it was happening right in front of everybody. And I think it was just more so get rid of the video in order to save face so that people don't know that blow up happened over there. But then also, so that Let's Be Honest don't see. which I did type up in the chat before she ended the live, and I did let Ness know that I was gonna be sure to let Let's Be Honest know what I heard. And this is the reason why I did this live, so that I could let everybody know. I don't really deal with Let's Be Honest like talking about it, but I know if I see her on Lemon's platform later on down the line, I'm definitely gonna be sure to click in over there to Lemon so that I could let her know what happened and how she was getting drug over there. Ness was trying to protect her, but it's clear that her and Heidi done spoke about Let's Be Honest privately, and that's why Heidi was pissed, because Heidi is like, we talked about her privately, so how you gonna act like we don't have an issue because I'm here talking about it right now publicly. Um, so that was pretty much the end of that. I don't think that they've met again. I don't know. You know, it's not my business. I doubt it, but I really don't know. But I do know that, let's be honest, yeah, they talking about you behind the scenes, and that's why they got upset. Also, I want to say, lastly, that y'all, it's some people that's randomly from that other sector where the cold dude come from. I don't know why, but they lame as hell over there with their channels with like maybe 20 people up in the chat trying to do commentary about me, and I just don't get it. Now, once Cole did his commentary, even with my name up in the title, he still didn't get too many views over there. But he also did say that he didn't want no smoke and that he's not going to bother me. And so I appreciate that. But it was some other random lame that tried to put my name up in his title, and he talking about monetization and how he got a monetization up on his channel. But I don't know how much money you making when you live for damn 2 hours with only 32 people up in the damn chat. And y'all, it was actually only 30, maybe 31 people up in there, because I was number 32 up in the chat. And I'm like, how in the hell are you talking about monetization? Even if Google paid you a penny for each person that was up in your live, you would barely make a quarter. Bitch, you might make a little bit over a quarter, but then Google gonna take 40% of that. Like, why in the hell are you telling me about monetization and what you think you know? Don't type his name up in my chat. If I wanted his name up in here, I would have put it. Let me go ahead and delete the comment. I would have put his name up in here if I wanted his name up in here, but I didn't block you. I just removed the comment. That's all. You can still type, but just don't put his name up in here. He ain't about to, I got 350 people up in here right now. Been holding 350 people strong, and I done been on here 47 minutes. 47 minutes. So I'm not going to be dealing with somebody trying to tell me about money making up on YouTube when you can barely get 30 people up and not even listen to what you got to say. Like the fuck? Like these lame ass men. And I'm like, y'all, I don't even know y'all. Y'all don't know me. Why the fuck y'all trying to do commentary on me? Bitch, it ain't gonna bring nothing. Okay, that's fine, Miss Info. I'm not upset. It ain't gonna bring nothing to y'all to be trying to discuss me. And again, you can still talk about all day long what you think my tax situation is and my AdSense and all this kind of stuff. That ain't gonna take away from the fact that you ain't making a lick of money. And he swear up and down that he get a check on the 21st every month. ODS, you up in here laughing. ODS, if you went live and it was only 30 people up in your live, and once you finished 3 hours of a live, your video didn't even get 100 views on it, and you think that Google is actually sending you an AdSense check on the 21st of every month? I mean, with a view count like that, what's the point of being monetized? Because I know you ain't meeting the threshold. When I was monetized, the threshold was $100. You had to get at least $100 in order for it to be released to you. And bitch, I refuse to believe that his ass getting $100 over there when you can't even get 100 people up in the live. if you can't even get 100 people to view the live, ain't no way you done made $100 for your threshold. And that's all I'm saying. But it's these men over there that think that they know whatever they talking about I lead with my degree. I don't have to lead with my degree at all. I done been here for a very long time. And despite whatever people want to believe, I have a pretty decent following over here, if I do say so myself. But yeah, so now I got these men over there up in this other sector talking about they in the Umar Johnson sector. I don't give a damn. And actually, that's the only reason why I mentioned my degree to the damn code person was because when Umar was about to open the school and he had came out here to Atlanta to look at a facility to potentially get buy to open the school. At that particular time, I was following Umar on social media, and he said that he was taking resumes. And so I did submit my resume because I honestly wasn't sure if he was going to actually do the school. This had to have been like 2014, y'all. This was in 2014. But I did. I submitted a resume. And that's how I ended up letting the code dude know about my master's degree. But I didn't talk about my master's degree in order to try to lead with it. Bitch, I could say nothing about my degree and I'm still shitting over y'all views, even though y'all claim to be monetized. Trish said his school is in Virginia. I know, but in 2014, he was touring different states and stuff, trying to figure out where he wanted to put it. And so that's why I gave my resume. So that's what I spoke to Code about, saying, yeah, I gave my resume just in the event, that he do put the school here in Atlanta. That might be something that I could look into. You always want to have options. That's the beautiful thing about being educated, because you have options. You can do whatever you would like to do within your career. Yeah. And so anyway, that's what happened with that. Oh, let me see. Kyle said that dude showing privacy is sexual deviant. And what he did. Look, I'm not a police officer, Kyle. I'm sorry. I'm not a police officer. It's not my job to say what he did was a crime or not. Now, you can make sure that you do it. You're more than welcome to do it. But you don't get to tell me that I need to do it. You don't get to tell me what I need to do. If it's a crime, it's a crime. I mean, hell, it's a lot of shit that he done did to Ness that's a crime. But I don't see you over there typing, so get the fuck out of here typing. You understand? Do you understand, Kyle? Thank you, Kyle. But anyway, so yeah, that's the only reason why I had brought up my master's degree to the dude. But now he done went over there to the sector, and it just seemed like a lot of butt hurt, bent out of shape men over there that got an issue with me. Don't have an issue with me, bitch. Don't have an issue with me. And stop trying to clout chase off me, put my name up in the title, but talking about you don't want no smoke, bitch. Because if I even thought that it was worth it for me to turn my attention into your direction, I think that you would immediately regret that decision. I think you would immediately regret that decision if I ever decided to pay y'all attention. So please, y'all, stop mentioning me. Stop putting my name up in y'all title. Stop trying to pay attention to me, because I'm not paying attention to y'all. Because I'm telling y'all, if I decided to direct my attention on y'all, then y'all will be the first ones calling the motherfucking cops. And this I promise you. So leave me the fuck alone. Don't try to get my attention. Don't try to speak on me shit that you don't know. Don't do it. Stay over there up in y'all lane with y'all 23 people up in the chat. Do that. Stay in that lane. Don't come over here in my lane. Don't get up in the beef sector lane. Don't get up in the J.Dunn lane. Stay over there up in y'all lame ass lane. And hey, RMD. And hey, Vibrant. I'm not looking for him at all. Never been on this application trying to compete with men, especially not y'all. Not y'all bum asses, please. Not at all. But anyway, y'all, I think I've talked enough. Y'all, please like my video. I just want to come and catch y'all up on what y'all missed. Because, yeah, it seemed like, y'all, that live that happened on this main channel and how they deleted it so quickly, they was up there for about 2.5 hours, maybe 3. And how they deleted it so quickly, like a thief in the damn night, y'all. And the fact that Ness had clicked Brianna's platform and didn't even mention it. I'm like, oh, so y'all really think y'all just gonna sweep all of that up under the rug, what happened over there? With y'all arguing, because Ness don't want Heedy Dragon, let's be honest. And y'all, I told y'all from jump. Heedy had an issue with me clicking this link. She had an issue with lemon clicking Nest link. Now she got an issue with Let's Be Honest clicking the link. And that's why she was ready to drag Let's Be Honest. But they deleted that bullshit. But don't worry, I was there taking notes. But anyway, I hope. Oh, you're welcome, Trish. But anyway, I hope that y'all have a great rest of the day. Have a great rest of your Sunday, y'all. I'm going to get off here and go on about my day. Please like my video. If you catching a replay, like my video. To them bum ass dudes that's up in whatever sector, the Umar Johnson or whatever. Y'all could never be me, bitch. Never. Ending the live right now at 330 people up in here taking the time to view my content while y'all was on the live for hours and hours at a time with only 30 people in there. Y'all, take care, be blessed, don't stress. I will talk to y'all later. Bye!